students, welcome to our bio class once again. Today we are going to learn lesson 4 ecosystem. In this topic we are going to learn two important topics today, that are the characteristic features of ecosystem and the components of ecosystem, especially the biotic components we are going to see today. So before going into the topic, we should know something about ecosystem. So what is ecosystem? See, the ecosystem is a community of a living organisms in conjunction with the biotic and abiotic components of the environment. Ecosystem is the term introduced by A.G. Tansley 1935. And one more important keyword, ecology. So ecology is the study of interaction between the living organism. Okay, so I will explain you it later. You would have studied in the lower classes that all living organisms are adapted to live in a particular place. In which area a living organism is able to survive successfully, that is called their habitat. So habitat is nothing but the living place of organisms. Okay, the habitat provides all their needs for the living organism. For example, living organisms need food, water, okay, and oxygen. So all these things are provided, and shelter also provided by the habitat. In a particular area, not only one living organism is there, more species are living in one surrounding. So all these species, they are forming a community, and there is a close interaction or relationship between the biotic components and the abiotic components. So that relationship or the study of that relationship is called ecology. Okay, the characteristic features of ecosystem. The ecosystem has three main characteristic features, that the interdependence of the biotic and abiotic components, and the energy flow, and the exchange of materials from one state to another state. So these are the main features that you will understand when we go into the lesson. Okay, so next we are going to see the components of an ecosystem. So there are two main components, as you know, biotic and abiotic. Okay, so biotic means all the living forms, okay, like animals, plants, insects, all these things. And the abiotic components are all the non-living things, okay, that we will study later. In this class we are going to see only the biotic components of the ecosystem. Okay, the biotic components of the ecosystem are producers, consumers, and decomposers. So all the green plants are producers, okay, as we know very well. They are able to prepare their own food with the help of sunlight and chlorophyll. Okay, so these green plants are producers, okay, and consumers are all the animals. So all the animals are consumers. They are non-green in nature because they doesn't have chlorophyll. Okay, so all the animals, they are unable to prepare their food and depending on plants for their food and consuming their food from the plants. So they are called consumers. And decomposers, all these microbes are called decomposers. See, the microbes, the small microorganisms are called decomposers, as they are decomposing or breaking out the dead and decaying plants and animals. Okay, so they are called decomposers. And we will see the biotic or living components one by one clearly. So first of all, the producers. So as I told you already, the producers are preparing food. So from where do they get the materials to prepare their food? So they trap the sun's energy with the help of the chlorophyll, and they are using the water and carbon dioxide and nutrients, and they are making the food. So first of all, they are making the food for themselves, and extra food is stored in the body, in their body parts, and this food is used by animals and human beings. Okay, so here the sun is the main source of energy. From the sun, these plants are getting energy, and the energy is converted into chemical energy. So when the consumers are getting their food from the plants, this energy is transferred. In characteristic feature we have studied no energy flow. So that is the energy flow. So from the sun plants are getting energy, and from the plants all the consumers are getting one by one. Okay, that is the energy flow, and this energy is finally go into the soil bag. How? When they are dying. Okay, when the plants and animals are die. Okay, this energy again goes back to the soil and used by the plants again to prepare their food. These plants are called autotrophs as they are preparing their own food. Depending on the ability of making their food, the animals or organisms are divided into two, autotrophs and heterotrophs. So the plants are called autotrophs and the animals are called heterotrophs. So the consumers are called heterotrophs. All the animals are heterotrophs. Okay, only some bacteria are able to, and green algae, blue green algae are able to prepare their food. All other animals are heterotrophs. Okay, because they are unable to prepare their own food. Okay, the consumers are further divided into three groups: primary consumers, secondary consumer and tertiary consumers. Okay, so primary consumers are animals, they eat only plants. For example, herbivores. So all the herbivores will come under this group, primary consumers. Okay, and the secondary consumers are animal, they are called carnivores. Secondary and tertiary animals are carnivores. And then secondary consumers. So secondary consumers are carnivores, that are flesh eating animals. Okay, the animals which are eating herbivores are called secondary consumers, and tertiary consumers are also carnivores, but the carnivores which are eating other carnivores are called tertiary consumers. Okay, so the energy is obtained from sun and used by the plants to make their food, and when the plant is eaten by other organisms or herbivores, the energy is passed into the herbivores, and from the herbivores the energy is passed into the carnivores, and then when every organism dies, then it goes back to the soil bed and used by the plants again. So this is called the cycling or exchanging of materials. Okay, and also the one more example for exchanging of materials. The plants are giving out oxygen in the process of photosynthesis. That oxygen is used by the animals for breathing. Okay, and the animals are giving out or breathing out carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide is used for making food by the process of photosynthesis by the plants. Okay, so these are the exchanging of materials. So we have seen herbivores and carnivores, and one more type of animals are omnivores. Okay, omnivores are animals, they are eating both plants and animal products. Okay, so herbivores are eating only plants and carnivores are eating only flesh of other animal, and the omnivores are eating plant and animals both. Okay, and finally the decomposes. Okay, so decomposes are microorganisms, so very small tiny organisms which are present in the soil. For example, bacteria, fungi, they are getting the food from the dead and decaying organisms. Okay, so when the dead organisms are mixed into the soil, these decomposes or break out the dead and decaying plants or animals and deriving their food from them, and rest of the nutrients are left in the soil. That nutrients are used by the plants for preparing their food. So these decomposes are playing a very important role in recycling the nutrients. Okay, so these are the biotic components of the environment. So what are the differences between producers and consumers? See, the producers have chlorophyll, and that chlorophyll is able to convert the sun's energy or light energy into chemical energy. But the consumers does not have chlorophyll, and they are unable to transport or unable to trap the sunlight, unable to convert the sun's energy into food. For example, all the green plants are producers and all the animals are consumers. Okay, I hope you have understood. The next topic we will see in the next class. Thank you.